checking in from J99 here in Indonesia. If you don't know what J99 is, it's actually a drift track straight up in the middle of the city. So today's Thursday and Indonesian Drift Series hasn't officially started yet. Today's more of a test and tune and get back in the groove of sliding kind of day. The competition used to be held here, but with the expansion of the Indonesian Drift Series, they're branching out to other tracks. And the track that the official race is happening at is in Mekarta, which is about an hour and a half from Jakarta. This is the home of the organizer of Indonesian Drift Series. His name is Akbar Rais, and he's basically the man in charge. And he's opened up the track today to allow all the competitors to come and get warmed up. While I'm here, let me show you the place. This E36 is the track's E36. It's actually available as a rental car just for leisure or for competition. And as you can see, homie is wrenching. Fresh wrap, updated livery. It looks really good. There are a few E36s here that run an M54. I believe this is the car because I have rented this in the past. As you can see right next to it, here's another track E36. The thing about Indonesia, if you have the opportunity to play with cars, you have money. That's just the facts here because of the import taxes. Indonesia defines you gotta pay to play. This right here is Vincenzo's S15. I believe it's running a 2J, and Vincenzo is probably the best driver on the Akuma Drift team. I got to work with the Akuma Drift team in the past, and a bunch of cool guys, very well funded. As you can see, this car is very well built. Walking towards the back section of the track, it looks like back here is Akbar's M6. It's a 2J M6, and it's set up to drift. And they recently did a collaboration with Von Dutch Indonesia, which is why it has a title sponsor, Von Dutch. When I was talking with Akbar, I asked him, why the M6? It's very heavy. With the money that he spent on it, he could have gotten a much lighter Japanese chassis that's been proven to work in drifting and win in competition. But Akbar's reasoning is, it's a very unique car, especially in the drift world. And being such a unique build, it would garner more attention than building your typical S13, 14, or 15. And although Akbar was crazy for dumping as much money as he did into this chassis, it worked. When he first started out in the drifting world, he actually was one of the pioneers doing drift content here in Indonesia. And from there, it absolutely blew up. And with an incredible amount of work, he's erected this J99 track and is spearheading the drift scene here in Indonesia. Moving on, we got some other chassis back here, more E36. And this right here is a Safiro. Very popular chassis in Thailand, as well as a popular chassis here in Indonesia. This is actually not an R34. Rather, it's a Safiro, AKA the Skyfiro. It's basically this red chassis with a facelift, and if the owner of the car is really about it, they'll actually remove the rear glass here and replace it with metal. Normally, before the conversion, the rear window actually looks like this. This area of the car is an easy indicator on whether or not what appears to be an R34 is actually an R34 or a Skyfiro. This chassis is very popular because it's on the cheaper end, and a lot of the driveline components share the same parts on the S15. So it's very easy to make this car competitive. And if you want to look cool and be hot boy on track, this is the perfect chassis to start on. I've seen Safiros converted into 370Zs, R34s, R32s. It's actually a very, very common thing in Southeast Asia because who wants to spend 3-4 times the money to drift an R34 when you could just buy a budget chassis and make it look like an R34? Moving on, this is actually one of the bride Indonesia's driver's cars. Her name is Anin, and she's actually incredibly famous here in Indonesia. Not only does she drift, but she's also a fitness influencer. She has about 1.5 million subscribers on Instagram, and she's actually dating the head coach here at J99. His name is Danny. He's also part of Team Bride Indonesia, and they are a power couple in terms of drifting and just success, because they've done very well for themselves here in Indonesia. As you can see, this team is incredibly well funded, 2JZ single turbo. And the coolest part is that they're running WiseFab. Very, very expensive here because you have to import it in and the taxes on parts is quite expensive. If you haven't noticed, the E36 is a very popular drift chassis here because of its affordability, but I passed over this real quick on accident, but if you look closely, this right here is Sihyun's car from Korea when she's in Indonesia drifting. I believe she was supposed to be here this weekend, but due to her recent accident, she is sitting this round out. Continuing our walk, back here is another work area, as well as a tire changing station. Right now, I'm making my way back to the track because Arisa, my good friend from Japan, is actually one of the drivers on Team Grid. She's been having car troubles all day, but they've been setting it up, and I believe that now it is working. All right, the vibes have been very serious here in the bride pit.
Konnichiwa.
Arisa-san,
Hi.
tell me, how's today been?
Oh, yeah, like Jay changed the turbo and they also fixed the engine for me this time. And then they got a WiseFab yesterday. And then they installed it all night. And then they did alignment this morning for me. So the car feels way more better than last time. Power steering pump, maybe it was broken. So they changed the used one for me. And then, so it was no boost. So they tried to find the reason. And then the turbo hose was broken. But they couldn't find exactly the same size of the silicone hose, which I used to use. So it was popping up again. So tonight, they're gonna bring the car to the shop and then they're gonna weld the piping because I think the place they used the silicone hose was way more too hot to use the silicone hose. Yeah, so they need to weld it.
How's the weather here?
It's super hot, but maybe it's way more better than Japan, I think. Yeah, Japan is really hot. Last week, when I went to Matsuri, I was almost dying.
Well, I hope it stays cool this
Yeah,
weekend
like
because usually it's blazing hot here, bro. Too much. Well, thank you, Arisa-san. Thank you. Nanami-san.
Hello.
Do you drift?
I drift in the States. My last time I drifted in Colorado, super far. And I drift in Thailand. And I hope I drift in Indonesia.
Nanami-san is being very humble. She's actually a very, very, very crazy driver. Very incredible. She's playing it down, but I just had to say that real quick. Okay. What do you think about Indonesian drift culture?
Indonesian drifting and D1 Indonesia starting this year. I think every driver is good. Car is not big power, but enough is good.
In Japan, would you be able to have a track like this in the middle of Tokyo?
Like this, no. We have one small track in Chiba, is Minami Chiba, for pylon, for donut, and we have a lot track, but not like this one. I need make one. One day.
One day.
Yeah.
I love your energy, Nanami.
ありがとうございます。どうも。
You have to call her Okami-san.
Okami-san.
いらっしゃいませ。
Okay, give me that mic. Okami-san.
Okami-san.
You know onsen?
Onsen.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's like a big money.
Yeah.
Is it like Mama-san?
Mama-san.
Mama-san.
Okami-san! E46 on the left is actually Akbar's. It's the car that he started drifting with. It's still running, very well set up. And to the right is the Z4 drift car that is the newest addition to the Indonesian drifting world. So this BRZ is actually the track's car, and they basically use it for the women's drift challenge, where any of the local women that want to try drifting has the opportunity to do so, and they'll usually use this BRZ or that BRZ to do donuts and figure eights in a competitive format. And this right here is Mr. Aki.
Hello, how are you?
Good, Mr. Aki, Mr.
Yeah.
Aki. How are you doing today?
I'm good and always practice. Everyone practice today for tomorrow.
So, you used to do media,
Yeah,
but what are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing for the weekend?
it's my first time being a race director for tomorrow, so I'm happy.
Are you nervous at all?
A little bit, but yeah, just enjoy it.
Aki actually used to be a very skilled videographer. And you used to make me reels all the time when I would come, but now you're moving up in life, bro. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything you would like to tell the American people?
Hello guys, please come to Indonesia and see drift culture in Indonesia.
This is a big boss this weekend. Eki-san. Mr. Eki, would you like to say something to the American people? Gotta say f you. No. No.
It's good.
So this is the main garage. And hey, excuse me.
Hello.
Excuse me. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Leonardo. I'm part of Breed Indonesia racing team.
How's the weekend been? Give me an update.
The weekend, it's been rough. We have trouble here and there with the car, but we actually manage it, and we hope to see a good result with the car and with Arisa as a driver. Maybe, hopefully we can get the podium.
So tell me like the work schedule leading up to this weekend, because you've been super busy.
Yeah, the work schedule is we've been rebuilding the engine. We have a problem with the crankshaft. It's twisted. So we bought a new one, rebalance it, and rebuild the engine. And we also install a brand new angle kit to the car. It's in the finishing steps, and we are actually good to go.
Do you think you're gonna work late night again?
In the past few days till Saturday, I don't think so. And hopefully, I don't need to.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good to know you, Richard. Bye.
All right, back to the tour of the shop. This is another one of the Akuma Drift Team boys' cars. This is Josh's car. E46, getting that fresh wrap. Custom plate saying Josh. I think overall, Vincenzo is the best driver on the Akuma Drift Team. What I have to say, watching Josh's runs, Josh is pretty good, bro. Josh has a very solid tandem, and he's very quiet, like the big homie in the room that looks very scary, but he's actually a very cool guy, and he's an incredible driver. I love you. Last but not least, there's a couple more E46s, E36s. These two cars are actually female-driven cars. One interesting thing about Indonesian drift culture is a lot of these female drifters come into drifting already super famous. Not in driving per se, but in other industries like gaming, fitness, just overall social media content creators. Akbar here at J99 has done a really good job in poaching the right people to come and start drifting to not only expand the sport, but to bring in a lot of advertising money. Okami-san.
Free water?
Hi. So when I say that this drift track is in the middle of the city center, I'm literally not kidding. If you look around, there's businesses everywhere, office buildings, apartment complex. And if you look real close, they have a KFC right across the street. Usually when we're drifting in the States, we grab like a Subway breakfast sandwich in the morning or a bunch of sausage egg McMuffins from McDonald's and chips and just very easy cold meals to have at the track. But here at J99, dude, we'll take a lunch break and get fresh, crispy Kentucky Fried Chicken. Is it the most nutritious food that you could get here? Absolutely. Mr. Reagan.
Hi.
Could I bother you for a quick interview?
Yes, of course.
Here's the mic. Mr. Ronald Reagan.
Hi.
Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Ronald Reagan from Indonesia. I used to driving since 2015 and now I've just joined the Bright Indonesian Drift Team.
And how do you like it so far?
Yeah, I like the people. I like the driver. They also treat us like family and hopefully we can achieve the podium, all of us. Finger crossed. My car is Nissan Safiro A31. I swapped the engine with 1UZ stock with stock e-brake and then custom angle.
Very Japanese spec. I like it.
Japanese spec? Really?
Yeah, cut knuckles, stock handbrake. It's very JDM.
Really?
And you got 1UZ, it's V8. V8's kind of American, but it's 1UZ.
1UZ, it's the Toyota engine.
Exactly, you know. Why drifting?
Because it releases the stress. I can forget everything except my wife.
Isn't it kind of expensive though?
Yeah, but I have my own budget, so you can see I used to use used tires, stock e-brake. I used to have a community that have a low budget, so we can share everything. Yeah.
Tell me about street drifting. You don't street drift. You're not
No, of course not. Is it still recording? Yeah, I used to do the street drifting, but in a close road, maybe like 2015-14. But it's not learning anything, so we just afraid to hit the motorcycle or hit another car or hit people that street passing by. So yeah, we have to do the legal drift like in this J99 circuit, so we can learn how to anything. So kids don't do street drifting, okay?
I like that. Spoken like a true hypocrite. One last question. Is there anything you want to tell the American audience about Indonesian drifting?
I tell the American,
Like all the white people watching?
oh, okay. Just wait us, Indonesian people, come to Formula Drift. Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
It's our goal.
I'll see you at FD, bro.
Okay. Amin.
Yes. This is fucking awkward. Okay, so we're inside J99, and this is like the room where everyone chills when it's super hot. Hello, hi everybody. What's that? It's so hot outside, but it's incredibly cool in here. They got the AC bumping. This is Akbar's office, and I've seen many revisions over the years, but I like this one the best. He's got this big ass desk that I've intruded on and I've been working when I can. And of course, gotta pay homage to the GOAT. Samurai, no, I'm just kidding. Mr. Larry Chen, I love you, Larry. I would not be here without you. And then now we're coming into the main office. Everybody's working. Hey, it's Mr. Aki again. Hello. Hi there. Okay, I go. Here, look at this. Garasi Drift made a GTR drift cart for the youngins. So it's the end of the day now and driving has stopped. Everyone's packing up, so I'm gonna pack up as well, and it's gonna be a big weekend. I've never shot Indonesian Drift Series before, so I feel a little bit of pressure because I do want to do a good job here. But with the blazing hot weather, I'm kind of nervous going into this weekend. But so far the vibes have been great. Everyone at Team Bride have been incredibly friendly, and you know how you could just feel the vibes on a person? Sometimes something is off, and sometimes you just feel peace when you're with somebody. Team Bride is the latter. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.